Since our last game, we've kind of gone through the transition of trying to learn from the past and get better some things from the last game, and then also turn our page quickly to Upstate and prepare for this game. They just came off a big win at Navy, a very good Navy team this year, and are coming in with a lot of confidence. They're a younger team, but very, very talented, and so we're going to have to come in with a good mindset and ready to attack and be aggressive.
Haase's among the nation's leaders in block shots. I know he had a lot last year, but what does he do what makes him such an effective shot blocker?
Yeah, he has good instincts, and most of the time he's coming from the weak side. And so if the guys on the ball can do a decent job and not let them just get in for a dead layup and turn them a little bit, he's a great weak side helper and anticipates those blocks really well. He certainly can block shots of the guy he's guarding, but the guy that somebody else penetrates and gets to the lane, or a big guy makes a post move, he can come from the weak side. He has obviously great size and athleticism, but he has great instincts for it, and again, especially with the off ball.
Is the defense set up for that, or is that just him instinctively reacting to plays?
It's him instinctively reacting, but it is when we start talking about in the offseason about implementing our defense and what we're trying to do, we do want to pressure the basketball some, knowing that if there is dribble penetration, we do have shot blockers back there. I'd like to get to the point where Tosin, we talk about him in the same terms of Haase too, because I think he has that potential as well.
Having an energy guy like that coming off the bench, that obviously can provide a little bit of a lift.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you just said that Haase provided energy. And because early in the season we were looking for that energy, and with all the guys in their own ways, whether it's shot blocking with Haase, whether it's somebody pressuring the basketball, running the lane, but we want everybody to provide their own energy in their own way, and Haase's doing that on the defensive end especially.
Is that the kind of fit that you see, that you kind of envision going against Seattle and then maybe going forward?
In terms of
Haase coming off of that?
I really don't know how the starting lineup is going to work out. I haven't made a final decision on how the next game is going to look. The guys, the front court players that have come off the bench have played very, very effectively. So I don't think there's any stigma with those guys thinking, I can't be really effective. And their minutes will not be based on if they start or don't start. So there hasn't been 1 second or one look at all about anybody being disgruntled for coming off the bench. So right now, the last game I thought it worked effectively, and moving forward, we're just going to continue to piece it together.
Just shot looking better these last couple games than maybe it was early 2-3 games of the season?
Yeah, there's a lot more confidence. I don't think at the beginning of the season his shot was quote-unquote broken, but his confidence level wasn't there, and I think part of that is just getting into games where the different competition, the different looks, and the different flow of a game, but his confidence wasn't there. And I think as each game has gone by, I think on the offensive end, his confidence has grown.
When you have a stretch of home games, kind of like what you're looking at right now, is it easier, or is there any factor in the team developing and coming together, starting to play the way that you'd like to when they actually have the comforts of home?
Well, yes and no, and we do have some home games in a row. Now after this game, we're on the road right after that, but there is a little bit of a routine right now where we're have 2 off days and then 1 home game, and I think the routine can be helpful. Being at home can be helpful. You can always get in, get more shots up with the guys. Being on break right now without school, the guys have a little bit more time again to everything from rehab and treatment to the weight room to getting their shots up to film work. There's a lot of investment that can be made right now.
When you go back to the Seattle game, when you looked at it, was 3-point defense okay? Was it a lot of tough shots? I know you said you'd have to look back and see because it looked like they just made some. They were just throwing them up.
Yeah. The last 6 minutes and 19 seconds, they made 5 3-pointers, made a conventional 3-point play, made another layup where they drove Tosin as well. And the 5 3-pointers, the initial 2 were against the zone. One was a really good play that put RB in a really tough situation going against 2 shooters, challenged it, but challenged it a little bit late. One of the plays, Denzel didn't have the sense of urgency that I'd want him to. He did get there. He put a hand up on the shot. It was a contested shot, but probably could have been a little bit more urgent, but a good shot on their part. And then one was an offensive rebound where Hakeem did a great job of boxing out, and the ball bounced over his head. He was actually helping one of the big guys box out. He got there, challenged the shot pretty well. Another one, Hakeem hit the screen, challenged it fairly well, but I would say it was a defensive breakdown. And the last one, Robert Brown, was fantastic. It was he was in the shooter's face, hand up on the shot, and challenged it every way he possibly could, and it still went in. So there was a combination in all that of defense, some defensive breakdowns, but they also have to be able to make those shots, and there's certainly some credit that has to be given to them. It's a long answer to a short question.
That you remembered all.
And if you want to know the three-point play, they ran a horn set. The two weak side guys weren't all the way in the lane where they should be, and they made a really nice pass, slipped it. Hakeem didn't get his hand up, and then the drive was against Tosin, and he played it okay, but not good enough.
For a
There.
visual way, can you get a dry erase board?
Absolutely.
I guess Upstate's not going to have as much size as Seattle will, or
Not many teams have the size Seattle has. You know, in Seattle, they've done a nice job recruiting to what they do. They play that zone, and they are big at every position, and that's what they do. So very few teams will have the size that Seattle has, but Upstate has a nice variety of some size. They have a nice variety with young guys, more experienced guys as well. They'll also play, they're going to play a matchup zone, so a different zone, but between Georgia State, Seattle, and then Upstate, we're going to see 3 different zones, all unique, and hopefully we can be effective attacking it.
so where are your shoes?
Had to get taped for practice, and I forgot about this meeting, so I'm trying to do 2 things at once.
Sorry, I requested you late, but you're blocking a lot of shots this year. I think you had 5 in your last game. Is that just something that throughout, as long as you've been playing basketball, it just comes natural to you?
Yeah, I always had a knack for blocking shots and the timing. Just thought it was natural. And
Because you've always been taller than everybody else, pretty much, long arms.
yeah, pretty much.
When
Except
y'all-
for playing AAU.
Yeah. Maybe like in practice or something like that. Do you ever come out of nowhere to block a shot, or maybe even just deflect a shot where you get a teammate real frustrated and maybe didn't see your arms?
Yeah, I think I have a good job of affecting people's shots and throwing them off track.
This could be an obvious question, but I guess how much of your game is just based around the energy you provide? Just how active you are, things that may not show up in the stat sheet, but you can provide and people see.
Probably just going out there being loose and just not being uptight, just provide. I think that people feed off energy, and that's the thing that I haven't brung lately, but I thought to myself that if I bring energy, maybe people can feed off that,
You feel like block shots give off more energy than a lot of other plays to your teammates?
Probably not. I would probably say a dunk would probably give off more energy than a block shot, but no.
Do you feel like your offense is starting to come around after the first couple games of the season?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting more rhythm, and it all starts with practice, though. The harder you go in practice, the easier the game will be. So, yeah, I think that it's coming along.
Does it feel a lot different, just as far as your game, if you get a chance to kind of catch yourself on the bench before you go in? If you're coming off the bench rather than starting, is there a difference there?
Yeah, I would say it's a big difference because when you're on the bench, you can see what's actually going on in the game, and you know what coach wants, and so you just go out there and do what he say do, and you already got a flow to the game of coming off the bench than starting, because when you start, you got probably a higher sense of nerves than coming off the bench, because coming off the bench you more calm and relaxed, and you know what you need to do when you get in the game. So pretty much.